Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the Original Content Theater. My name is Stoner Spike, and I will be reading to you this amazing piece of original content. But before I get started on today's story, I'm going to have to give a little bit of a backstory as to where I found this atrocity. I go to this school system, and at my university, we have a legend. And that legend is about a terrible piece of original content that had been circulating around campus. It was supposedly made by a game art student. I don't fucking know. But whatever. It became sort of this little legend that people would talk about, amongst each other. That, dude, have you read this story? It's so awful. Hey, did you hear about this story? It's so awful. But, I only heard stories about it. And eventually I was able to get my hands on it. And oh boy, is it bad. Tonight's story is called The Masters, the New Cast. Oh, God. If you guys want to read along with me, I have a link in the video where you can download the book and read it for yourselves and share it amongst the masses. And I'm also going to link the guy's DeviantArt account so you can go there and share your love mail with him. So without further ado, let's get started, shall we?
Chapter 1. As I woke up this morning, I looked around my room, like every morning after a full moon every month.
Huh?
When it was a full moon.
I woke up every morning after a full moon every month when it was a full moon.
I would get dreams.
Okay.
When it first started to happen, I was really sweaty.
Ew.
Now I've gotten used to it, but I always check to make sure it wasn't real by looking around the room in these dreams. I'm the great warrior fighting with all these magic powers like ice and fire and water.
This sounds awfully familiar. Where have I seen this before? I don't know.
With me are my best friends Vleru and his dad Ryusei.
And his almost old-looking man in shades. An almost old-looking man in shades fight against shady-look people. Huh? Shades fight against shady-look people, yeah. Wow. Once we even fought this sinister, shady-looking guy in a top hat. Nothing speaks more sinister than a guy wearing a top hat.
He gave me the creeps. As I'm getting changed to go to school, my mother calls for me.
Tana, come and eat breakfast, Slowpoke, she says from the kitchen. Because that's where moms belong, back in the kitchen. My mother is an awesome person. Huh? That's not a description. You don't describe somebody as being an awesome person. That doesn't mean anything, because your definition of awesome doesn't mean the same as my definition of awesome. Fucking stupid. She's fun to be around with and hang out with. What? I have to go and meet with my friends today, she said as she hands me a plate with some pancakes and scrambled eggs with cheese on top. Cheese is a delicacy in the Hydro Nation. Oh my god. Why? Why is cheese a delicacy in the Hydro Nation? What the fuck is the Hydro Nation? Where the fuck am I? What the hell's going on in this goddamn story? Which friends? Which friends? I asked, stuff my mouth with her amazing pancakes. Amazing is not a description either. Amazing is how you describe. That's a personal on a personal level. It's like me saying, oh, I went on Thunder Mountain. It was amazing. That's not a description. That's just a personal opinion. Fucking idiot. Oh, just some old friends of mine. We're taking a trip to visit the Central Tower. What the fuck is the Central Tower? She has been going to the tower ever since I was born, or at least as long as I could remember. Okay. It's important to us, said Ryusei. Who the fuck is Ryusei? Ryu is going. Who the fuck is Ryu? Is Valeru going to? Who the fuck is Valeru? I said, shocked? Why are you shocked by this? That doesn't make any fucking sense. No, he is staying here, he said. He doesn't understand why we go. Just as you are saying right now. She threw back at me. I just simply said, well, at least I'll have company. No funny business, young lady. Okay. She said in that tone all mothers get in with their children. I love Hana's mother. She's just a gigantic walking stereotype. Mother, ew! Right after I said that, she looked away beside her, then said, well, I'm off. Have to run. See ya, Katana. She said as she sped, walking out the door. What? Katana is my full first name. Who would name their kid that fucking name? But I want people to call me Tana. Whatever. I went over to the window to see who these other friends were, but no one was out there. What? That's weird. Plus my mom had disappeared too. I said, then went back to eat my breakfast. I thought you just left. What? As I finished my breakfast, I washed the dishes and then realized something. I forgot my cross. Okay? That's really important. I ran upstairs and put it on. I don't know why, but I feel stronger when it's on. Hey, Tana, you should know, there is no time. Your sword is enough. You can't go back for your cross. There is no time for that. I went back downstairs, and there was a knock on the door. I opened the door to find Valeru standing there. Even though he is about the same age as me, he was really tall. He has long jet black hair. He was wearing a Slipknot t-shirt and some black pants. Oh my god. Why would he be wearing a Slipknot t-shirt? If this is like a fantasy realm that is, I'm assuming, isn't Earth because there's a place called the Hydro Nation, why the fuck is he wearing a Slipknot t-shirt? Was he teleported to this did the Slipknot teleport to this planet to do concerts and then teleport back to Earth? Ugh, so fucking stupid. What's up? Nice shirt, he said. I was wearing my bottom-up shirt. What? My long frilly skirts and boots. My dad left and I was bored and I invited him in. I know my mother told me. It's weird, though, because they were gone in seconds, I said as we both sat down in the living room. Yeah, it is weird, but whatever, he said, then continued. Do you know anything about it? No, I don't, I answered back. That was easily the worst piece of fucking diction I've ever read. That paragraph is not how people fucking talk, and it's so stupid. It could easily be summed up as them just going, so Valeru came over and I saw him. I said hi. She said hi back. And then we came inside and then we sat down. That's not exposition. That's just filler. Fucking stupid. He gave a little he gave a little then turned on the TV. We watched TV a while. Then all of a sudden we heard a loud thump outside and went to check it out. We walked out into the land that is known as the Hydro Nation. Thank you for explaining that, because I never would have assumed that if they're living in the Hydro Nation, once they walked outside, they would have not been in the Hydro Nation. I thought they would have walked... fucking retarded. That's like me saying in a story, okay, I walked outside into the nation of America. We assume you're in America if you mentioned where you were at already. You didn't need to mention it twice. Fucking retarded. All the nations are named after what element power people were born with. What? Hold on. I gotta read this again, because the diction is terrible. After what element powers people were born with, which was using the element water for fighting and healing. You ripped that straight out of fucking Avatar. They are all part of the continent called Ethoria. Now now everyone in continent doesn't use these powers because they were abolished after someone nearly destroyed the world using some ultra power. But it's just some story that only our parents believed to be true. We went around to the side but found nothing. Then all of a sudden, some odd-looking guys came out at us with swords. I didn't know what to do, but Valeru took up a metal pipe laying up against the house and started to fight them. Okay. They walked outside, and then they got ambushed. How did they not notice this? What? One of the guys ran up to me and swung. I got into a defensive stance because I was scared. But then something blue surrounded me, then went away after what happened next. All of a sudden, a man appeared, and out of nowhere, wearing a black robe. He put on his hand on the front of him and sent out purple aura streaks, killing the guys with the sword. With all the stuff that just happened, I passed out. What?